I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Lying! We have really gotten used to it, haven't we? I mean, it used to be, when a politician lied, we were pissed. He had to quit. And then we elected a new politician that lied better. Now, we make up a story to fit the lie.
Donald Trump is president right now.
He's currently the president.
Absolutely.
He is still president. There's a lot of things that this Biden person does not have, like the presidential seal. It's not real.
What is he doing as president?
He is in charge of the military.
There's two militaries.
There's a good and a bad.
Deep state, rigged election, locker room talk. Ron DeSantis said we are a country in decline in that last Republican debate. Liar, bro. Just because Florida is a dumpster fire of a state with book banning, stopping on women's rights, taking voting rights, and denying climate change while Miami floods on a sunny day. Yeah, I get how you would feel the decline because you live in it and you created it, Ron. Who tries to take on Disney? You're a dumb man, Ron DeSantis. You should ask Harvard for your money back. Seriously, just give it a shot.
After 4 years, I reject woke ideology.
What's stunning to me is the people with the least money look up to and vote for the people that took their money. Do you want to go down how that happened? Reagan adopted trickle-down economics, which said if we give the rich people more money, they will give it to poor people. And then the dumb poor people waited for that money to trickle down. It didn't. The London School of Economics did a study of 18 countries over the last 50 years. They found out that not only did the poor get absolutely nothing with trickle down except bent over and something weird trickling down their leg, the rich benefited and more than doubled their wealth. Yeah, no trickle for the poor and a raging river of quan for the rich. Yet the South, the poorest parts of our country, overwhelmingly vote for the people that continue to make the South the poorest parts of our country. Republicans, to you hardcore conservatives who actually think the Republicans have your back, can you tell me how? Guns? Okay, so you get to have unlimited, no permit, concealed carry. Why? We've had more mass shootings than days in the year. How scared are you? And what are you scared of? Minorities? Immigrants? Well, in a comprehensive study done by Princeton University in 2020, they found that U.S.-born citizens are over 2 times more likely to be arrested for violent crimes, 2.5 times more likely to be arrested for drug crimes, and over 4 times more likely to be arrested for property crimes than immigrants. Americans, patriots, commit more crime and do more damage than the people who came here legally and illegally. Yeah, put that in your flag and burn it. But the Republicans keep you scared. Don't worry that your kids might get mowed down in school. Worry about a drag brunch where they may hear a Broadway retrospective. No one has been killed at a drag brunch, but kids have been mowed down in school learning to read. The Democrats have brought back 12 million jobs. They started infrastructure. The CHIPS Act lowered drug prices. They expanded healthcare. 260 million vaccinated. Wages are up 5%. Inflation is down. Gas prices are down. 800,000 manufacturing jobs. They united NATO and brought back America's reputation worldwide. That's in 3 years. The Republicans have put forward zero legislation that fixes anything, period. The GOP voted against infrastructure. They voted against the CHIP Act. Yet, they claim credit for it in their districts. They voted against cheap insulin, lowered drug prices, and against expanded health care. For you! The Republicans backed up Russia and have spent more time talking about the president's son than they have about your needs as tax-paying Americans. That's right, Poochie. Let's get into this. So in summation, trickle-down economics doesn't trickle. Immigrants commit less crime than Americans, right? And drag queens don't hurt kids. Unlimited AR-15s do. Hunter never worked in the White House. He never made $640 million while working in the White House, and he didn't take $2 billion from Saudi Arabia. Trump's kids did. I want you guys to know woke is better than being brain dead. And to those who think someone singing show tunes is more dangerous than a mentally ill, methed up redneck with a semi-automatic and body armor, to you who think beer can be gay, and by the way, if this beer's gay, you've been drinking gay beer for years. To those of you who think that owning the libs is more important than owning your own home, keep voting Republican, but do it knowing that they are the people that made your life suck. And they did it by scaring you. You don't have because they took. Admit it. You have Stockholm syndrome. You're voting for the people that raped you, that stole from you, and are holding you hostage. And as far as I can tell, you like it. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Thanks for making me feel better. I'm a little amped up today. I get it. You needed to come help me. You said, Papa, I need to help you. Come on, let's go talk about it. Let's go throw a ball or something. Yeah, Poochie, you know, you're apathetic. You know what you are? You're woke. That's what it is. You're just woke. I love that about you. Hi, everybody. It's Christopher Titus Podcast. With me, as always, I'll wait for a second.
Hi, everybody. I don't need a second. What's up, people?
Let's go to the pre-roll on this. All right.
I'm a professional. By the time you say my name, baby, I'm what's up, people.
Also, the Highlander. Highlander!
Oh,
Jesus,
God.
what am I doing? What's going on today?
I need a minute.
He's working on his fun fact right now. He's like, this is really
Wait
sad.
till it starts. You go, I need a fun fact, for God's sakes.
I got the Keurig to print them out.
I have had a serious issue recently. We were on the road. We just got back from Missouri. We were playing the Blue Room. Interesting week, I would say. And I was watching the news, and the reason that the Armageddon Update came out the way it did is I'm watching. So I started seeing people being interviewed about, you know, the Republican Party, and the fucking backflips and twister moves they have to do to make the stories make sense is crazy. And then I saw a lady. They go, "What do you think? So, what do you think about President Biden?" She goes, "He's not president." He goes, "What? No, he's just a figurehead. He doesn't even know what he's doing." They're propping him up. And the guy goes, "Who's running this stuff?" He goes, "The white hats." He goes, "The white hats?" And she goes, "Yes. You know, the generals and the colonels, the military is currently running the country right now." He goes, "Well, who's president?" She goes, Trump is president still. He's running things." And so he goes, "Well, so if that's the case, then Trump should be responsible for inflation." She goes, "He is." He goes, "But he did it. He did it to show how bad things would have gotten had Hillary been elected president." And
But wait, wouldn't that also mean Trump is responsible for climate change initiatives?
Yeah.
He's teaching us all a lesson
And,
because,
He's
like
showing
God,
us.
but also he has a trans woman in his cabinet.
He's running shit, and he's indicted himself 4 times. That's
Oh.
how
to
far
show how bad Biden is.
right to show how bad Biden
Where
is.
is Biden?
So to keep it undercover, so no one figures it out, he's indicted himself 4 times. Biden's there, but Biden's a figurehead. Biden's just just propping him up. Biden's not really president.
So they're technically working together.
Right, because the one thing we know about Donald Trump is that if he was president, he likes to keep it on the DL. He really wants to keep it hidden.
He's quiet, stay humble.
Yeah.
You know, just don't brag about things.
Don't brag. Yeah, right. And it's not about me. It's not about me. It's about the country. That's Donald Trump in a nutshell.
Okay, well, the Orange Ding Dong Ho-Ho Cake has that lawsuit with Letitia James, the New York AG, and it's set for trial. She's now released that he inflated his net worth by as much as $2.2 billion in one of the years that they
And
checked.
not overall, like that was an
1 year. So all this crap about he's a billionaire and he's this and he's that. She says that as they move forward with the civil fraud lawsuit against him, his sons, and Trump Org already has lost one case. She says over a 10-year period, when it corrects the Trump financial statements for misvaluations, it reduces Trump's net worth by between 17 to 39% in every year, or between $812 million to $2.2 billion each year.
I don't believe that.
2.2 came in 2014.
No, he did. So he
He'd only had 7 bankruptcies. That doesn't make any sense.
There's
that
no
he
way.
Would.
There's no way.
He's such a real estate genius that he buys low,
Highlander's
sells
sarcasm
high.
level is on 11 today. His
He's
sarcasm is
a
way
real
up
estate
today.
genius and
Real
a
estate
water
genius.
genius and a steak genius and a university genius.
Person, woman, man, with
and
camera, TV, man.
A brain genius and a charity genius.
Got a big brain.
Big brain?
He's got a big brain. He's got a big
Oh,
brain.
speaking
That's
of
why he
big
loves
brain, he
Putin.
actually was just told he couldn't leave the country to attend the golf tournament in
they
Scotland.
did. They did tell him he couldn't leave.
Hey, bro, you're under indictment. We'll let you fly around on your private 757 wherever you want to go. You just can't leave.
Why would you do that?
the
Because you're not
United
black.
States.
That's why. If you were black, because the one guy in the Trump, the blacks for Trump, that guy's still in jail.
They gotta be paid. Come on.
So bad. He's even a hardcore Republican supporting Trump, and he still can't get out of jail. That's fucked up.
So she said that she filed, this just came out today, this morning, she filed a partial summary judgment motion because she says that this is undisputed evidence. It's evidence that was subpoenaed from him, from his organization. And she's saying for this portion of it, no trial is required for the court to determine that defendants presented grossly and materially inflated asset values and statement of financial condition.
So she can just go, hey, IRS, here.
Yeah.
And then he's fucked.
That's coming next.
So, and this goes back to what I said last week. I keep hearing people saying it's a conspiracy. They're trying to take him down. And I keep wanting to point out to people, really, 2 southern states and 2 northern states that culturally and historically don't get along at all. Somehow, those 4 states worked together to go after this one guy in 4 different ways.
Well, it was, 2 are federal.
2 are federal, right? But still, so you got DC and Florida. You got
and Florida,
Georgia.
actually, she's helping him. The judge there that has the case.
Right. So he's got a judge that's on his side, but we're not hearing about her being part of the conspiracy. Yet she's running stuff. He's been what did Judge Chutkin went off on him again. If
the people land on his side, back him up and support him no matter what,
they're fair.
Then they're fair.
Exactly.
If someone disagrees or says that's against the law, that's part of the conspiracy.
Or
that's when
even
I want to
critical
go
of them.
like to people in my family. Like this just logistically doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
It just doesn't.
That's my point. It doesn't.
We have laws. We can all look at these laws, and some of them are in the Constitution that you guys love so much.
Yep.
You know, the one that Jesus wrote, and God-given rights, and that was the Bill of Rights. So, it doesn't make sense. We know that he had the documents. We can look at those laws and see that that was against the law.
Right.
In response to that, they say, but Hillary, but Clinton, but Obama.
But Hillary was investigated 35 times. Obama didn't take any documents and instantly, if there was a problem, and this goes to Pence and Biden, any documents that they found were top secret, classified, whatever they had, because I think Biden ended up having 10 documents and Pence had a little bit more. These guys, the second they found them, they called NARA and were like, here, there was not 3 guys on Biden's team that hid the documents in another room that moved them into the shitter.
No, they called and then said, please search our home and our office.
Come to my house right now. Here's the keys to my vet. Go ahead.
Take the building down. Find it. Here you go. Everything.
And yet we have video of Trump's people moving boxes of documents and keeping federal investigators from coming onto the property to search from them, refusing to turn them over, saying he doesn't have them, moving them on a plane,
and striped shirts,
and discussing how to get rid of the servers that had the video that showed them doing all that.
And then we have witnesses for that too. But that's fake.
And co-conspirators who are also indicted under it. So
it's mind-boggling the mental gymnastics that these people
will go through.
Can and first of all, it's also surprising that how creative they are for being so dumb. How are they so dumb and yet so really creative?
Because comic books.
I don't care.
I could never for once get into comic books, and it's because they were always very simple to me. I take that back. I was into Richie Rich comic books because I wanted to be rich when I was a kid.
Can we please make a comic book of the last 6 years and release it?
By the way, whoever would do a graphic novel about you, because it would be I would actually buy that comic book, especially if it was done with a sense of humor. That would be
blow
awesome.
it up like a Liechtenstein. See, I know my artwork.
Yeah, very good with the dots. With very nice. Yeah. So we are. Here's the thing. What's going on with Trump and the people? This is species ending stupid. It's literally species ending stupid, because what happens is when you get that dumb and you're willing to justify or make up a story about any crazy criminal bullshit that this guy does, which means you'll put your life on the line for this guy, no matter how much he's taken from you, no matter how much he's given rich people more money and done abso-fucking-lutely nothing for you. You'll put your life down, and they're talking about on social media, in the right-wing social media, they're talking about a civil war. I'm like, what are you guys even fucking talking about?
This is what
this
they
guy
did.
hates your guy. You're not fighting fighting for Gandhi or Martin
Yeah.
Luther King.
You're fighting for the boob.
Yeah, the fucking
Donald the boob.
There's people in jail serving time for him.
1,000 people.
For
have
all the
been-
people that stormed the Capitol, they did it for him.
Oh, Giuliani is broke.
Yeah.
He's lost his law license. Trump still won't pay his legal fees. He won't pay his legal fees for his defense. He won't pay Giuliani's legal fees that he charged him that he agreed to pay for representing Trump.
That should tell them everything you need to know right
Now, today, Giuliani has officially lost the defamation lawsuit that was brought forward by Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss.
Oh, no.
He lost in a summary judgment because he refused to turn over discovery and follow the rules of the court, rules of evidence.
He's an attorney. He's a fucking attorney. He knows what's going to happen. What is going on? When did Rudy Giuliani go from that guy to this guy? That what a and the thing with the legal fees. The report was it was a handshake deal.
Yes.
Rudy Giuliani knows Trump better than anybody. He made I'm not making a handshake deal with the dude. I want not only do I want you to sign a contract, I want the money in an escrow account that we can access.
The guy in Florida, was it Corcoran, made him pay $3 million up
his
front
attorney up front
before he would even sign
there.
with
Yeah,
him?
he knows the deal.
There's going to be a trial to determine the damages, but the case is over. He lost. Its judgment's out. Now they'll determine damages, which could there's no cap on that. He's already been sanctioned almost $100,000.
Wow. Wow, that's just the sanctions?
Well, he refused to do what he knew he had to do. He turned over fewer than 200 documents, a single page of communications, and as the judge said, a sliver of needed financial documents and blobs of indecipherable data. Oh,
Blobs?
he did your ex-wife's trick where you get the same piece of evidence 7 times and then you get
And you count
ink
it.
blobs and
I
a
think that's
picture
what
from
she-
the children's graduation. Yeah.
So what she would do is it always seemed like she had copied 2 stacks of 500 pieces of paper and then just went and then handed 1,000 pages and you're like, this is the same shit over and over.
We got a receipt. Remember we got a receipt like for Bevmo or something?
Yeah.
It was like, that's what he did. He just tried to not do what he was supposed to do, so he lost. So this guy's lost everything. That's going to be his house in New York.
His responsibility, his fault, 100%. How do you keep trusting this fuck who continues? And it goes to what I said. If Trump didn't have anything on these people would have flipped on him a long time ago. That's why the lower level people, I think the guy that's the security guard and the guy who ran like the tech at Mar-a-Lago, he doesn't have any video on those guys. They're just workers. They're just dudes.
Yeah.
So that guy finally flipped. Walt Nada, he doesn't have anything on him. Nada's staying loyal because I'm sure he was promised some money. But why would all these very powerful people, I keep going to that, why would all these powerful people continue to agree with this guy? And we can see where it's going. I'm not a genius, and I can see you guys are going to, half of you are at least going to jail.
Because he's the fucking dumbass Pied Piper.
No.
He heard half of these morons.
But even then,
he has political power.
But he doesn't really have any. Really, it's kind of perceived. Okay, all right, okay. Let's say this. But if he didn't have anything on all these politicians, right?
Yeah.
Lindsey Graham.
I'm not saying he doesn't.
Lindsey Graham, right? But wouldn't you just go? No, we got our ass handed to us twice now. We got it in midterms, the presidency, and the midterms. We got our ass handed to us. Well, let's just get rid of this guy. And they're like, okay, let's get rid of this guy because he's a loser, right? God, he's a loser. He's done. Trump's a loser. Everybody says it. He doesn't have anything on Asa Hutchinson, which makes me think Asa Hutchinson's a good guy. He doesn't have anything on Kinzinger, a good guy. Liz Cheney, honesty. If you think about who is come against him, who's the other guy in the Congress that's flat out? So, Christie. He's obviously got nothing on Christie, but I think something different. I think Christie, because he's a New York guy, has something on him. I think because if you notice, Trump never really says shit about Christie, and Christie's been handing him his ass.
He did one time when this all started,
but he stopped.
Post a fat shaming meme or something. Remember, he had him at a buffet or something.
Which Trump posting a fat shaming meme.
Hey, he's 215 pounds, 6'3".
If that isn't the potato curry calling the meatball, whatever.
So I think that Epstein's, all that stuff that disappeared, I think Trump has. My theory, guys, I'm making this up as I go. But I can't figure out why anybody would continue to take this shit from this guy unless he had so much on him.
I really think that it's because they realize that he has so much political pull and they are so addicted to power over anything else that he, because he's still leading the polls. He's leading the polls. Yeah. And if they had somebody who was higher up, I think that they would.
Let's be clear. He's not leading the polls. He's only leading in the Republican polls.
That's what I mean. Who can take over Biden?
No labels. It just came out that Harlan Crow is a major funder of No Labels. Some big Trump donors are behind. So it's really all designed because they know he can't win anymore. I think it's designed if people vote for that party candidate, then Trump. It's a vote for Trump.
So we even have the people that are running the polls are literally so partisan we can't believe the polls. Not that we ever could. I mean,
no, I'm saying No Labels, the third party option that's emerging. They are being funded by big Trump donors.
The third party for the Democrats is being funded by Harlan
It's not
Crow.
the Democrats. It's a third party.
But wouldn't that be genius though? Because how do you take votes away from Biden? You fund a third party Democrat.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought you were saying. You know, we agreed the whole time and we still argued. That's crazy.
We went around this table.
By the way, welcome to marriage. Here's what happens. So you're actually agreeing on something and yet still sounds like an argument. We're totally in 100% agreement. And
no, you were confused at first. I think you thought I was saying
welcome to
marriage.
You said
someone that was running the polls. It's not the person running the polls.
I thought you were saying that he was financing the people that did the research. So you were saying that he's funding a third party candidacy against.
And there's been some talk that Manchin might be that candidate. I don't know if that's.
By the way, here's what I don't get. I don't get. It's as I got older. I used to look up to politicians, think they had to be smarter than us. They had to be, there's a reason we elected them because they're better than we are. That's what I used to think. That this is my, like all the way through my 30s. And I realized that no fucking way. If anything, they're more narcissistic and more children. They're way more children than we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, way worse because it's all about money and power. Someone was talking about, I think it was Robert Reich was talking about how the thing that's going to destroy us is the money and politics, and he's 100% right. We're fucked.
Yeah,
we're fucked.
Speaking of money and politics, Mitch McConnell had another episode today since he's the one behind Citizens United.
I feel bad. It looked like Daisy. He looked like Daisy, except he couldn't walk.
It's our 17-year-old rescue. If you guys don't know, the same hair and this look. Yeah, exactly. Daisy's not all there at all. By all there, I mean at all.
No, she's not.
None. Nothing.
She will walk. This morning, can I tell them when I got to this morning? So Daisy is really out of it. Now, dogs will do all they can to avoid their own poop. Well, Daisy, we put her in the bathroom last night because she starts making noise and wakes
we
right
told
up.
this last week about a different incident.
So this morning, I'm in bed sleep. Little visions of sugar plums in my head dancing. And I hear the door opens her. Fuck! Oh, fuck! Oh my God!
You're scaring Groucho.
That's what Mitch McConnell's doing.
And so
I think he's shitting himself.
So what happened?
He could be.
That's what's happening.
Daisy crawled out of her cage into our bathroom. It was on tile, thank God, and pooped, and then it walked through it and continued. Basically done. She had done a painting.
Finger painting.
She had done a painting.
The thing
little paws
if you open, everywhere.
Oh man,
everywhere.
It was she rarely screams like that.
I panicked.
It was horrible.
I panicked. It was insurmountable, the amount of damage done. And
she wanted to burn the house down. I had to talk her into setting the house on fire.
This is from an old Great Dane? What is this? It's a little...
Oh no. She's got
a Newfoundland
health problems and she didn't poop all day yesterday, and so this was a couple days saved up. Yeah, and then she did impressionist paintings.
Who's the
Jackson Pollock?
Painter? Jackson Pollock.
Yeah,
Jackson Pollock.
I know my art.
She Jackson Pollock the entire bathroom.
Yes,
so
in one color. So
Mitch McConnell today was in Kentucky. Stopped for over 30 seconds after a reporter asked him a question about re-election. He goes completely silent, same way, stands around kind of scared and very still, can't move. You can tell he can't move. It almost looks like he's in there, but can't talk or move his body.
Something seriously
And
wrong.
then aides had to lead him away again.
So here's the thing. Aide walks up and goes, "Did you hear the question about are you going to run again?"
That
First
was
of all,
19 seconds in.
First of all, if you're in charge of a piece of our country, and he's way up there, and an aide has to go, "Did you hear the question about running again?" Not only can't you run again, you should have to quit that day.
They all have figured out that Trump there's a little bit of a glitch. He's on the computer controlling Mitch McConnell, and there's a little bit of a
That's what
shutdown.
He's got chips in everybody.
Here's something I love. So he was speaking. President Biden was asked later if he'd heard about it. He said yes. And his response was, "I'll try to get in touch with him later this afternoon." Mitch is a friend, as you know, not a joke. I know people don't believe that the case, but we have disagreements politically, but he's really a good friend.
That's a president.
Yeah.
That's a president. I'm going to check on my buddy, make sure he's all right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
what? Biden said that?
About McConnell.
Okay, because I thought you said Trump said that. I don't know why
No,
that had that.
yeah.
And I was like, wait a second, that's the
Loser.
one nice thing.
Stupid
Trump
loser.
has no friends.
He would just double down.
Yeah.
It's like, even just if you hear him talk, he has a vocabulary of
6-year-old.
Yeah, but a really slowly developing, bitter,
Rude.
jealous,
Yeah.
rude, poorly raised 6-year-old.
Mhm.
I don't know
Spoiled.
how people can even listen to the way that he speaks to and about people and expect that to be the guy.
Because they speak the same way, and he's a billionaire, supposedly.
No, he's
they
not.
think- I know he's not.
Come
but,
on, Tish James.
But people have this thing where, like, I'm as fucking stupid as that guy. I could be that guy.
There's some
That's what I that's part of it. What I don't get the making up, the twisting yourself into thing to make some shit. Okay, so he's been indicted 4 times. Yeah, it's a deep state. It was a multi-state conspiracy where thousands of people got behind it and actually formed, and the evidence is made up. It's not real. What about Hillary? What are you talking about? Hillary was investigated 35 times. Everybody, James Comey flipped her on 2 days before the election. Hillary got, you want to
It
talk
was
about
Trump's DOJ that actually released that they found no record of wrongdoing
right. It was Trump's DOJ. That right. So
because he made them start investigating again.
and the entire time Trump was in office, they were investigating Hunter too. They were doing that too because he was the one that was over in Ukraine. What the fuck are you people talking about?
There's a psychological phenomenon that I heard about. There's the actual term for it. It's that the first thing you hear is the thing that you believe.
It's
and you
called
lock
the
into
primacy recency theory.
Is that what it's called?
It's the first and last things that you hear. There's a whole method of studying based on primacy recency theory.
To jam for a test.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
But the last thing you heard is also included in that.
Mm-hmm.
But also,
but
People forget everything kind of in between.
the first and the last. Well,
that's why you can study for a test the day before, pass the test, and then 2 weeks later they go, well, answer this question. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I think that's a different. I think that is.
Are you thinking? You're not thinking of cognitive dissonance is when you.
It's similar to that.
You believe something no matter what,
and it's the first thing that you believe.
We were talking.
But
It doesn't
there's
change.
a reason that people do, and the scary thing is, even as it pertains to our family members, is that there's something nasty about it. It's not a good thing.
Right.
That something that he does or says appeals to them.
Yeah.
And
the darkness of him. Yes.
Yes. And it's the things that they can't say out loud or wouldn't before, and now they can, or they still won't, but he says it for them. And it's, a lot of it is probably anti-gay, anti-trans, anti-immigrant, anti-black. And it feeds something inside of them
that
they weren't allowed to say for a long time or think.
With accusing people of sin and evildoers and the rapture. And
but what you're missing is that everything you're talking about with the Bible, he's antithetical to.
Oh yeah.
And what you're saying is antithetical. And so it's like, that's the thing. You want to shake people and go, what you're saying, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. And I'm really tired. I'm really tired of regurgitation. I'm tired of that. If you are saying woke liberal mob, then you're dumb.
Yeah.
Because you're regurgitating a dumb phrase that he made up. Mob. I want to say to some of our family members, me? Am I part of the
What about
mob?
wokeism?
Are we mobbing?
What about, like,
Where is the mob? Just help me with just that word.
Yeah,
Right? But if you say mob, I know you heard Donald Trump say it, and I know you're just regurgitating it. And if all you talk about is Hunter's laptop and Hunter Biden, then I know you're just regurgitating. Because what you're failing to do, if you're so stressed about a president's children, is to address the fact that Jared and Ivanka, I only know this because they filed their taxes, that they made $688 million in the White House. And I know that when they left, he was flying home on January 6th with a check for $2 billion from Saudi Arabia.
Also,
in his
this is
pocket.
very quiet. Mnuchin got $1 billion.
Yes.
Steve Mnuchin
And
got
went
$1 billion.
away.
And this the fuck appeared.
From where? From who?
this
From what?
fuck appeared.
I'm sorry, man. I'm making it worse.
And
I like
the
it.
thing, the other part of that is Hunter Biden has never been in office.
Nope.
He's not in the White House. He's not an advisor. He's not
Nope.
in the cabinet. He's not traveling on taxpayers funded planes to go to other countries to negotiate peace treaties and embarrass us at international
I'm really
events.
glad that Jared really fixed Israel.
Yeah, right. He really did a
Remember-
good job
Do you
with
remember
the
So-
job
peace
that he
plan?
had.
Remember the peace plan?
If he did it, charge him.
The best
Whatever.
But
Move
why
on.
aren't they? Here's my question: why aren't they investigating the shit out of Kushner and Ivanka? Is it because they don't need to? They already got
Well,
their
the
dad.
House is Republican controlled right now.
Well, is
so
that how? So the Senate can't do it. The House has to start it, and it gets sent to the Senate, right? Is that how that works?
the Senate could, but
Remember, as much
Senate
as
is even
I'm still
too.
dumb. Here's the difference between me and everybody else. I'm still dumb. I work my ass off to even try to learn this stuff. What bothers me is there's some smart people that we know, very smart people, that continue to just go, yeah, man, it's a conspiracy, and I always want to go, what's the give me the ABCs of it?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's
Yeah.
because a conspiracy has to start
Yeah,
somewhere.
show
It has
your
to-
work.
Understand.
Let me
show
see.
your work.
Show your work.
There you go.
Okay.
Can you guys just show your work?
I was ranting to him yesterday because if you look at all these things, all these cases, all the indictments, even before his indictments, like Michael Cohen and
Right.
Manafort,
Yep.
and all Rick Gates, all those cases.
Jeff,
even-
what's his face? The
Even
general.
now, Mike Flynn.
Mike Flynn, right.
Even now, so those and then all of these different indictments, 91 counts Trump has, the only person that stands to benefit out of all of them is him, one person.
One guy.
Sure,
wins.
he might employ them if he gets to stay in office.
And I'm
for
sure he's promised them
January
many
6th.
things, yes.
Sure.
Yep.
But the one person, Stormy Daniels, who stood to benefit from hiding that hush money payment.
Wasn't Stormy Daniels.
And it wasn't Michael Cohen. It
Nope.
was Donald Trump. Michael Cohen did it for Donald Trump, but we're not talking about
So
that.
what does the dude have that instills such loyalty? Because you know, by the way, Michael Cohen, I think is full of shit now. He just found a new grift.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he's as full of shit now as he always was. But Mr. Trump, I'm told I came clean. I wrote a book. Buy my book.
And listen to my podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what are you doing with charity? I'm not doing anything with charity because Mr. Trump wouldn't let me do charity. But he's just as full of shit as he always was. He just found a new grift. And by the way, in this grift is legal.
he's going to be deposing Trump. I think that just moved forward.
He's going to be deposed, really?
He's going to depose Trump because Trump is suing him for some ungodly amount of money now.
For
And
writing that book.
so he has rights to discovery now.
Can you do your Michael Cohen impression with Trump and then do Trump? They have it's so close. It's so good.
No, Mr. Trump, no, Michael Cohen speaks very clearly. He does like this. Mr. Trump, he does not know what he's doing. And the thing is that he will continue to do it and he will stab people. What I don't really know is person, woman, man, camera, TV.
Okay. Former White House advisor Peter Navarro is moving forward to trial next week. This
What?
is his.
This fast?
Well, this was for his refusal to comply with the January 6th committee subpoena. So Navarro has been ranting on TV for some time, saying they're taking his life away, his money away, his whatever. He still didn't comply
you tried
with
to overthrow
the
the
subpoena.
country.
That's what happens.
You're a criminal. That's
Yeah.
what happens when you're a criminal.
A judge has now announced a ruling. He held an evidentiary hearing this past Monday and has now said Navarro does not have claim to executive privilege or testimonial immunity, so he cannot present that to the jury.
That's
next week.
That's also another piece of precedent set for the Meadows case, because although Meadows was chief of staff, they keep saying Yeah, you know what? Can I talk about the news for a second? First of all, the news is so full of shit all the time. The news, it's not news anymore. You know what news is? The camera showing hurricane in Florida. That's news. You're like,
Reality
oh shit.
TV.
It's a bunch of people sitting around bullshitting each other about what might happen.
Yeah.
And they're all going, it's what we do, except we're a podcast. You know, we're just like, here's what I think. And they're like, here's what could happen. Barb McQuaid, I like to listen to.
He loves Barbara McQuaid.
She can always kind of lock it down.
I like Sue, Andrew Weissman,
those guys. But it's still a bunch of pundits making shit up that doesn't really, there's nothing hardcore about the news unless there's a shooting, which there was 3 or 4 this week in the last 5 days. We become a bunch of bitchy, fucking gossipy. Like even the news is gossipy.
This country has become a dumb factory.
Species ending stupid.
It's like we were talking about before the podcast about how we've always bring up Idiocracy, but also that other recent movie that's just like Idiocracy, which Don't Look Up. And now we're seeing it, the same exact thing in real time. Climate change is happening. Horrible politicians getting away with everything, and it's like we feel like we can't do anything about it. Well,
that's the sad part, is that the money in politics. I keep thinking, so the money's going to the politicians, yet we want they're getting all the money and all the benefits, and we want the politicians to stop the money coming to politicians.
Right?
It doesn't fucking work. You can't. Like, so you and I are getting hundreds of thousands of
We're
dollars
like
every week, and they're like,
carrot.
hey, you guys better take care of that and stop that money you're getting.
Yeah.
Okay, we're on that.
All right, we're going to do that.
It just seems
in
like
2 weeks we're going to do that.
Well, you know why? Because when the founding fathers designed the system because they had, except for the slavery thing, they had some integrity overall about the country, because they'd been through a system like this in England because of kings and queens. We have now. It's funny to watch how maybe human beings were just. Because at our core, we're just fucked.
We just drift towards that,
to corruption and more bananas for me, and hit the bell for more bananas. And you can see it throughout history. It's not just now; it's throughout history. Maybe we're just a bad species. Again, please, aliens, land.
They don't want us.
No, but I think. Are we just an ant farm? We're just like, let's go look. Yeah, they fucked it up again. I don't know. I'm worried about it all. What's this podcast brought to us today by?
I just kept waiting for a segue, but damn, then he went ant farm, and I.
We'll give you. I'll
if you were grilling out and you dropped a piece of a burger, ants would definitely swarm to that.
Yeah, and you were grilling because you had to get the kind of
this
meat that you love.
This episode brought to you by ButcherBox.
Yes, we got it. See,
I mean,
an ant farm.
I'll just say it. And the ant farm.
So we got our box. We got our ButcherBox box this week. That's last week for one. And man, I got to tell you, it's Christmassy. It's a little Christmas. You're opening. Oh my God! And then you're looking at the marble of the meat, and you're like, "This is awesome, chicken." Oh, everything we got. I was like, she went through it, and look at this, and look at this.
I called him in. I said, "You got to see this. You got to just come in here and be here for this, because it is kind of crazy."
Yeah.
We get the XL box, chicken and beef. And it is XL. It is insane.
It's that Mary Poppins
Man,
container.
it just keeps coming out. And I told him my inner college student that, switched prices on chicken because I wanted white meat is freaking out over this. I mean, you got it too. He texted me a picture of the Flintstones when they put the big brontosaurus steak on the car and tip it over. It's just insane. And the fact that it comes to your door, it's frozen still.
Yep.
It's
like a brick frozen. Yes. It's crazy.
The thing about the quality of this meat is so different. It's so much higher, so much better. My dad, I now get this for my dad as well. This was his Father's Day gift. Never seen him so happy.
I think we've increased their numbers just by people we know.
Oh yeah, my niece started and didn't use our promo code. She was like, "This is insane." I said, "Why didn't you use the promo code?" It's 100% grass-fed beef, free-range organic chicken, pork that's raised crate-free, and wild-caught seafood. It's humanely raised with no antibiotics or added hormones, which explains why it tastes so good. It's a noticeable difference. My dad said that too. Yes. You think so, right?
Oh, 100%. And it's all the types of meat. The
Everything.
chicken, the
Yeah.
ground beef, the steaks,
chicken
they all
always
have the
stuns me.
same
The
crystal
roast,
clear.
Yeah. The was it the roast? Was that why you were sending me the Flintstone
Ribs, the ribs.
It was like, this is a brontosaurus burger? What is
Yeah.
this thing?
It's free shipping always. It's delivered right to your doorstep. You can pick from their curated boxes or you can customize your box. You customize how often you get it. I think my dad's on every 8 weeks. They have an insane variety. Go look at their website. It's kind of like, it's like a
And they keep adding
Amazon
stuff. Yeah.
warehouse of high quality meat. And it's stuff that I've never heard of. They also have recipes and tips and stuff on their website. But it's like, so you learn to cook new things because I'll get this in my box and I'll go online. You said that. I'm going to search for recipes for that. And then I'll find out how to make it, putting that roast in the crock pot. That's what you do with carrots, potatoes, and onions.
Yeah, I just got to steal the crock pot back from the
Oh my
lesbian.
gosh. So, I don't know why. Sign up today at butcherbox.com/Titus. Use promo code Titus. You get, this is our favorite one, 2 100% grass-fed filet mignons and 2 wild-caught
Salmon.
lobster tails. I
Oh.
don't know how you missed that. For free in your first box, plus $20 off your first order. So you save $60
Wild
on
caught?
two of our highest, not farmed, on 2 of our highest quality cuts and save the legwork with doorstep delivery. This exclusive offer only lasts until September 6th. Every time we have the filet and lobster tail deal, we get emails like, it's not there anymore. That's
Yeah, 'cause you
because
gotta
it
go
goes
now.
so fast because of the lobster tails and stuff. So September 6th, go to butcherbox.com/Titus, promo code Titus.
Even farmed, aren't they wild caught? You can't just convince a lobster to kill itself.
That's what us when they were
because
parting it.
think about when you're farming, and I'm sure somebody farms fish, and you're going to write in and tell me because you always do. But
By the way, you got lobsters. There's a farm. There's a small barn that they all live in, and a haze of bits underwater. But it is a lobster farm, as it were.
think about where if people were
Pond.
farming salmon, and it's in this smaller area, not as well
I get it.
filtered,
I just heard the word of
swimming in its own poop.
wild caught. I just said wild caught isn't like
It's from Burning Man. That's where the
we've
meat's from.
We
They-
convinced the lobster to kill itself. No, of course it's wild caught. No lobster's like, yeah, you take me.
Of course, with
You're right.
Fukushima or whatever, it's
Oh, did you hear that? Did you see that
all
news last week?
maybe not.
The Fukushima plant, they just dumped like 1 million gallons of radioactive water into the ocean. Like, you know what? This planet, I hope the Earth, they say the Earth is a living being. It should be fucking pissed.
But isn't that why a lot of the plants are near coastal areas? Because if there's an accident, so the water does some kind of look. I'm not a nuclear physicist engineer.
Water does
There's
this thing
something-
with
water
nuclear.
cools
Here's
it
what
down,
happens.
it cools the pipes
the plants suck it up. Plants suck it up, and they take the nuclear and they shit it out.
That's how you
into
get the wild
and
caught
that's-
salmon.
And
They're
that's
wi-
why the lobster like this. That's what I'm saying.
No, both of
I
you.
welcome to Science Hour with me and the Highlander.
That's what we should do.
Three-eyed fish.
Science
Delicious.
hour. I have a story about that.
Just
I
us
can't
talking
tell.
about shit we don't know about and coming up with how we think it works. That's funny. Oh, I had a thing about quantum physics today. I was yesterday. No. Okay, so I hear all this stuff. There's 1,000 parallel universes, right? And they're talking about how on a different track we're the same people, but we're doing different things. That's the theory, right? String theory. And I go, okay, if that's true, wouldn't someone have like jumped to universe and come back and said something?
Yeah, Doctor Strange.
It's just a fucking theory. It's just a theory. man.
Wild
It's like-
fish have a more diverse diet than farm-raised
It's the dumbest shit
alternatives, which give them a better flavor.
And those are the same guy that bitch about the Bible. Oh no, but parallel universes. Really? So we have no evidence of that.
The meat is leaner because wild fish are constantly moving and trying to find food to eat.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So we got a big.
But
so we got big like couch potato.
fish farms-
lobsters.
Yeah,
They're like. "Bleh." Yeah.
are supposed to be closely monitored. So hypothetically speaking, you wouldn't get those chemicals.
Yeah,
and
because
stuff
we've
in
seen
the
all the industrial farming for meats and stuff are always just squeaky clean. That's how E. coli broke out and almost killed
yeah,
the
they let
Midwest.
people in to film
Do you
it.
remember
That's
when
how-
COVID started and all those meat packing plants got that? COVID is there's a new variant going around.
I'm
that's-
seeing more masks.
Yeah.
We have too. I just
Mhm.
said that to him, and I'm wearing.
I'm
I
like,
wore
uh-oh.
mine I just got my nails done and wore mine because I don't want to be.
Yeah, I think I might start traveling with them again.
You think I am? just because then I don't have to put makeup on too. I loved it.
I don't like
lived
that
my
wild
best life.
COVID.
Yeah, I don't want. Did you ever get it?
No.
I get farm raised COVID. I just got.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, you got the
We
Costco brand COVID.
we are at a crossroads now, and I believe I see the end of civilization. I really believe
Oh
it.
my god.
No. Listen, when I saw this lady talking about, when I watch people, especially people that are smart, making up the craziest shit I've ever heard, I think, oh, you guys, if you're willing to accept how crazy that sounds, you're willing to accept anything. You're willing to accept that Armageddon's coming. There's
Yes,
people that
and
think
they
the
do.
rapture's coming.
Yep.
They want it to come. They're on. You were on board.
They're prepping for it.
I've got a basement full of
Yep.
water and beans. I'm good. And when you start having that mindset, if your future is devastation, you will live into devastation. If your future is we're going to make a utopian society where we all get along and we rise up together and basically everyone's taken care of, you will go for that also. And that's the difference between the parties for me right now.
And like you said before, what are they afraid of? That feeds people who have a deep-seated fear of just living. I don't know, but that's why they cling to guns and like just multiple universes and other kind of crazy
Well,
shit.
interesting, Armageddon, that I did that research, that Princeton study. They found out that everyone's worried about illegal immigrants, and immigrants commit crime 2 times less than Americans do.
Fake news.
It was a study by Princeton. It was done over 20 years.
Was it?
It's a 20-year study done by Princeton. 50-year study.
Did
about
it account for the population difference? It was
Yes.
the average.
Yes.
Fake news.
Per capita, the immigrants,
Fake news.
because they don't want to get kicked out of America, so they live cleaner. They bust their fucking asses.
I was going to say they work a lot harder.
Yeah, they
than-
work hard, and so it's Americans commit more crime, more physical crime, more property crime. Property crime's 4 times as much as immigrants, and you go, and then you show it to somebody. This is Princeton. Fucking elites.
Have we ever heard?
What do they get by being wrong?
But
Wasn't the
you
guy that wrote
elected
that paper
people that
lose?
went to Princeton,
What?
like Cruz, right? Didn't Cruz go to Yale and Princeton?
Yes. Yep.
This episode brought to you by AG1. AG1, why do you take it? Tell me.
Because it makes me feel better. I get all my vitamins and minerals with a nice drink instead of taking pills. Instead of taking pills that makes like my stomach hurt and make my pee glow.
I thought you were going to say my pee-pee glow. I was going to say, well, that would come in handy in a hurricane.
That's the trickle down theory.
But it's everything that's in it, and I trust it because the guy that invented it did it for his own health. I love that. See, because it was really self-important. It wasn't like, I'm going to make a product to make a million. He's like, I feel like crap. I need to invest something. And so once he fixed it, so it fixed his gut, he's like, oh, maybe I can sell this.
Kind of love that.
Yeah.
It addresses all kinds of things. For me specifically, you guys know this, digestive health, also mood support, hair, skin, and nails. I mean, it all
It
makes
helps your
sense.
gut a lot.
Yeah, if you put it, if you're getting, so it's a green powder, you use 1 tiny scoop, shake it up with a little bit of water, you're done for the day. It's got your probiotic in it. It's got over 75 minerals, vitamins, probiotics, whole food source ingredients of high quality. It gives you better energy. I have started using it. I was doing it every morning, first thing on an empty stomach. And now, because I work out in the afternoons and
Right.
it's been so hot and I get more tired, I've been using it right before I get on the Peloton because it gives me increased energy.
That's awesome.
And I need it and I notice it. It's like, and I don't like to take pre-workout stuff that makes you like
Jittery. Yeah.
because then it messes with my sleep. This is just your body getting the things that it needs. So obviously everything is going to work better.
A gentle breeze messes with your sleep.
That's a good point. It's also delivered to you every month. You can sign up, get it delivered to your house. So that makes it easy to keep it as a habit,
Right.
because it's coming to you every month and you're reminded about that. You can also pause it or whatever you want to do.
I love it. It makes my headaches go away. It makes me feel better. But I have that reaction to like the wheatgrass stuff too. I used to react to it. So this stuff has so much stuff in it that I notice a half an hour in, I feel a little bit like, okay, all right.
So if you want to take ownership of your health, try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D, and it's a dropper bottle that you put in the drink, and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase. Go to drinkag1.com/Titus. That's drinkag1.com/Titus. Titus. Check it out.
Awesome. I need to speak about something, and I want to say it out loud, and I know it's going to get me a lot of shit in the comment section, but women drivers are the worst in LA, are the worst fucking drivers. Young women. You know what it is? Here's what I think we need to do. So, and Ray and Danica Patrick aside, Ray, when I got that GTO for our 10-year anniversary, I don't even know the car yet. This girl jumped in it with the 4-speed, took off down the street. It was insane. I was like, oh! She came like, I'm okay. She's not dead. Good.
He was waiting for me outside. I was
waiting.
Oh.
I had my phone on. Like, she's going to call any second. Oh, God, does she have her phone? God, we got to go find her.
You were surprised? You've done your...
It wasn't her. I kept saying it. It's not her. Ray is an incredibly competent driver. It's the car. It was a car I didn't know. I had just got it. I'd done a loose. I had the front end line and stuff, but I didn't know what it was going to do. You know, I just I don't know the car.
Haul ass loudly.
Yeah.
And I was barefoot.
And it did. Yeah, that was the dumbest shit.
It's this, and this.
I don't know what the
It did
problem
smell
with
like
driving
clutch.
barefoot is. I understand not driving in flip flops, but I don't
Yeah, you
understand
flip.
why you can't drive barefoot. I'm from the South. We do everything barefoot.
That's right, because you can't.
Because you'll sweat and it'll slide off.
A lot of them can't afford shoes.
How slippery are your feet?
Not mine.
Yours.
No, mine. No.
If he were that stuff, you'd just fall down all the time. So
I
I'm
do.
driving. So everybody should have to drive a 1969 GTO because the steering wheel, you got to turn it a quarter turn before the front end reacts.
Yeah.
You've got, you got to.
Oh man,
It's work to drive it.
Yeah.
So, but now cars are so easy to drive. Any dipshit can get behind the wheel of a car, and you're still
And not even with AI, with the fucking auto driving cars. You don't even have to
I mean,
drive.
the Tesla.
it really highlights how spoiled we are.
But
Mhm.
yeah, you get the GTO. The same with the Vet, the 65 Corvette. It's like this thing is hard to drive.
Yeah, you feel like you've been in a full contact sport when you arrive.
Yeah, your
Yeah, you've been in a
forearms
fight.
are like, what the hell's
Yeah.
going on?
And the air doesn't work
Right.
yet, and so you got the windows open, and it's
Mhm.
and I'm trying to downshift, let a guy merge on to the 101, and he just riding next to me, and I finally turn to look at him and go, "What the?" And he's hanging out of his electric Mercedes SUV, going, "Hey,
Yeah, that's the problem.
badass car!" And that happened so many times where people were making it very dangerous because they wanted to
wanna see
look
the
at the
car-
car
let you
to
know.
say something,
Mhm.
or they saw me driving it and were like, "What?
You've never had.
Am I in a movie? What is
Yeah.
it?
So her GTO
You're a
is so
girl.
nice.
You can't drive."
Her GTO is so nice that it does draw attention, and it's rare. They don't make Pontiacs anymore. So, but I'm driving over here, and every time someone fucks up in traffic, and I mean does the craziest shit I've ever seen, I pull up because I want to see. I'm taking a personal poll, so I can find out who to hate for the rest of my life. And it's always a young girl who's not even looking. They're not waving. They're not saying sorry. People, and how about the asshole that's at the front of the light, dude? Do you know what you're doing, bro? Every time you look at your fucking phone while that light is red, you're in the front row. You have a job. You're the point man. If you're the point man,
You're responsible.
That thing goes green.
Are we,
Tony Schumacher.
back on this? It's either
it-
or the Keurig.
No, it's a Keurig. Keurig.
Last
seems
week
to be
was
working.
Keurig, but the week before was this.
But I'm tired of it. We got a country full of morons that just for God's sakes, you're driving a 4,000-pound weapon. Learn to drive it. And by the way, every time you don't leave from a stoplight, you screw the 3 people behind you. Common courtesy. Have some fucking. So
I've seen some comments. The last time we brought this up,
I'm going to die.
a
I think
few-
I'm going to have a heart attack.
a few people commented and said, "I don't leave right when the light goes because I want to look both ways
Right,
and whatever."
exactly.
Have you ever been sitting at a light and you can't see your field of view?
I'll go fast, but in LA, there is an unspoken rule that 2 cars go on red, right? It's been that way since
you
I
can always
moved
see
here.
that.
It wasn't
But you
like
can
that.
see that
Yeah.
for so long.
I do go fast.
I mean, the
it's
two
just
car-
that people aren't looking. They're on their phones.
No one's looking. I'm
it.
driving over, and if I'm behind a gardening truck, I guarantee the guy's on his phone.
Mhm.
Trying
to find the house.
Happened twice
Yeah.
on the way over.
So you're anti-immigrant
I
too.
go, no, it was white guys.
Anti-women and anti-immigrant.
I'm anti-women.
You could be on Fox
I'm
News.
anti-women driver. Right now, I that can change.
Grandma
But
Jean hauled ass.
then again, you, Danica Patrick, Grandma
we get
Jean.
it from.
There's exceptions, but I'm
It's
saying
genetic.
overall,
My sister is a brake tapper. It's the
Oh,
weirdest
oh my
thing.
God,
It's
that-
this
oh.
constantly, and I mean and I don't know why. And I had just had surgery and she was driving me around and I was just like, I gotta get out of this car. I can't
Right. Let me out.
You're
I'm
an
gonna call
old
Uber.
school brake tapper from way back.
That's
and I
even more
forgot.
dangerous.
It's, I
I
can't.
hate to bitch about it, but what we're doing is we've created. There was an interesting thing that was on Instagram. They were showing video of a school. I think it was in California in the 50s, late 50s, early 60s, and their physical fitness regimen. And they had to be able to do 15 pull-ups. They had to be able to do
With cigarettes in their mouth.
Yeah, cigarettes. Yes, and
And
hard
asbestos
and hard
shirts.
shoes. Yeah, and they had to do 15 push-ups. There was all these things they had to do. Like they had to do 50
What are we
push-ups,
talking about?
pull-ups. I'm just saying that we have now.
Are you talking about the elementary school fitness
this was
test?
Project
high
Adventure.
school.
That's what
Not
we're talking
Project
about.
Adventure. Project Adventure is a CIA training program,
Yes.
and we've said for
And
years.
why are we not doing that sketch? I don't know.
But wait, you're talking about the little fitness test
This was in the
where
this-
boys had to do pull-ups
this
and
was high
girls
school.
had to do the hangs.
No. It was already over by the time you were in high school.
I was so skinny, long and skinny. I'd lock my little skinny arms on with my chin, and I was so competitive even then. And I'd just be looking at one bitch girl in the eye that always like almost beat me and just shaking. But I would not let go.
Girls had to wear weights right here.
Remember the
This is where
sit
they
and reach?
forced to put their weight.
Do you remember the sit
Babies.
and reach?
Okay, so
That's a
these
sit and spin.
So if you
No.
look at it,
Oh.
it's called the
Where have you been hanging out?
Look at the Silva Fitness, the Silva Fitness program. Kennedy was part of getting it instigated. And
I do remember.
And there's video of these high school kids, and they're all shredded. Like they all look
Yeah.
like Instagram models, and I'm
Mhm.
like every single one of them, not
Yeah.
one. I'm talking 20 dudes in a row that all went to the same school.
And they look like they're 45, but they are ripped.
They're 16.
I do remember in high school for PE, no matter what period
President's
you were.
Fit. We had the President's
Yeah, we had
Fitness
that
thing.
too, and
Yeah.
you'd get the certificate. That was the sit and reach and
Yeah.
the pull up and all that crap. High school, my PE class.
a lot of farting in the sit.
You had to run a mile at the beginning of every class. That's how we started every class.
There you go.
Which is when I became goth, why I started skipping PE.
So we lost that.
And I almost didn't graduate because of that.
So we're
Really?
not. So,
Yes, I got pulled out of my sixth period by the vice principal. He was so mean, Columbus High School. And he told me it had come to his attention that I had not been to PE. It was my last class of the day. I was just leaving every day
Oh.
because I'm not putting
thought you just
on
didn't
some
do
little gray
5
shorts
pull-ups.
and a gray t-shirt. Have you seen me?
Oh.
I have black lipstick and a dog collar. I'm not doing it. And so he said, you haven't been there for 3
You've
6
always-
weeks in a row.
Oh,
you've
okay.
always
Then
been,
you
you've
should have
always
been
been a
pulled.
lot, haven't you?
Yeah. So then I went, but I forgot my uniform for 2 days. I met the PE teacher. Hi, oops. And then I quit going again, knowing that I might not graduate, but I'm not doing this. And my last 6 weeks, the PE teacher gave me 100. So
What did you do to get
nothing.
the
I just said hi and
Pulled up in
didn't
a
work
GTO?
out. Wasn't it called dress out, get dressed out, or dress something? Anyway, I didn't do that, and then I never
That's
came
somebody
back
who's
again.
never gone to PE. What's it called? Dress out, dress in, dress out, dress out.
There was like a phrase for it. You remember?
get dressed.
No, they would say, "All right, dress out," or whatever. It was a lot of yelling too. I wasn't really into that. I have better places to be.
This is Project
I'm
Adventure.
saying
You're still
this.
talking about it.
I'm saying this.
I had already
We
passed
have let-
Project.
Oh.
This thing on Instagram showed me that we have let our standards drop across the board. Fitness, education.
Well, that what you were talking
driving
about.
ability. That's why I'm saying everybody should have to go drive a 69 GTO or an old car from the 50s
Yeah.
for like at the beginning.
Yes.
Because then you're like, oh my God. Like
Yeah.
you have to overreact. You have to react early. You have to pay attention.
That's how you learn to
can't be
drive.
on your phone. Yes. You
Not
know,
If
like-
you're
not with a
feeling
finger.
stressed
Oh.
out by the world going to
Or
hell
this
in a
podcast.
handbasket, this episode brought to you by Next Evo Naturals. Love the gummies.
sleep gummies.
Something I really love about the gummies that no one else yet had mastered until we got these is they don't have that weird hempy aftertaste. They actually taste like gummies. So I'll
Yeah.
be in bed, grab 2 of them out of my nightstand, and it's almost like I'm cheating a little bit.
It's
I'm
a
having-
calming snack.
I'm
Let's just
having
call
a
it a
little
calming
dessert.
snack. That's what I'll say it is.
Best CBD gummies. They absorb better. They contain 100% of the CBD that's listed on the label. They're clinically tested. A lot of other CBD companies maybe don't contain.
They've tested
what
some
they
gummies.
say.
All we're saying is this: in some of these other companies, we've tested the level of CBD. It's not exactly what up to standard stuff. Yeah, but these guys have tested. These guys are on it.
Exactly, and that absorption on those gummies starts in up to 10 minutes, which is awesome. Next Evo Sleep Support Complex and Next Evo Stress CBD Complex are two different ones that you can get, and you're just lowering stress in all natural way or upgrading your sleep, which certainly we could all use. I certainly need that.
You just need sleep. You don't need to upgrade it. You need to get some, even low level.
I was sleeping really well last night, but Daisy likes to start crying in the morning loudly, often very early. And sure, she'll pee outside, but mostly Daisy wants breakfast because Daisy is at that age where
That's all she has.
yes,
Let's put a little Next
of her
Evo in
day.
there.
Oh, I didn't even think about
Don't
that.
do it. Don't do that. Not recommending that. So Next Evo Naturals all their products are clinically proven to help your body absorb CBD 4 times better than regular CBD oil. So I also love the little tear off white packets. You get a big bag of them and there's a bunch in there, and I throw them in your smoothie in the morning.
And I always wonder why I come to work. By the way, it's the one thing keeping Next Evo is the one thing keeping me together when I'm on the road with these morons.
Yep.
Here, I
So-
thought Titus was making progress.
No,
But
not at
no.
all. I'm medicated to some degree.
I just think things are about to get more stressful. Your kids are going back to school.
You have to be soccer.
Oh God,
soccer, sports. Oh my God.
It's about to get dark early. There's a lot. Holidays are stressful for everybody, and so this is a great thing to add to your routine.
just have it
for
in the
your
cupboard.
wellness.
We just have it in the cupboard. And I know some in there, like grab them, boom, done.
I have them in the cupboard. We have the pills, we have the capsules, the gummies, and those packets, and I have them right next to the smoothie stuff, the protein powder and oatmeal and stuff like that. So I just grab it all together, and then I keep the gummies in my nightstand for dessert. So get more Z's and more Zen in your life. Upgrade to better natural solutions from Next Evo Naturals. Go to nextevo.com. Use promo code Titus. You get 25% off. That's 25% off at nextevo.com. Promo code Titus.
Good stuff. I want to talk about this. So I brought this up in Missouri. A lot of people are talking in right wing circles about this coming civil war. We're going to have a civil war. Whatever. Anybody who thinks this is a possibility, you're my fellow Americans. I don't give a shit. You guys we're mad about politics that has been like this forever. Again, we are such in a weird catch-22 because the only way to fix it is have the politicians who are being corrupted by the system fix the system, and that's such a fucking hard. That's such a heavy lift, man.
Yeah.
So you want the people that are making the money and being the criminals to fix the crime, stop the crime. They're already criminals.
Yeah.
So it's up to you guys to vote them out. But then. So they know that. So here's what's going on. The Republicans know what's coming. They know that there's a bunch of kids like David Hogg. They know there's a whole generation of those kids that are like, fuck you guys, we're voting you out. We're voting you out.
Yeah.
They know that's coming, and they know they're not willing to do anything to change it. So that's why all the voting laws have been changing. That's why every election is rigged. Anytime someone loses, now it's rigged. I want to point this out again. If you think the election was rigged, then we need to get rid of every single Republican that took a new seat, because it was the same election.
Then it was rigged.
Same
if it was rigged, it was
same
rigged.
fucking ballot. Yeah, you didn't win then. Then you Republicans didn't win.
Yeah.
You know, if there's no way you lost, then there's no way you won either.
And then how again is Trump actually running the country if it was rigged? If he keeps
Dude, please go watch some of these interviews with these people, how they spin it. Oh my God.
Donald Trump is president right now.
He's currently the president.
Absolutely.
He is still president. There's a lot of things that this Biden person does not have, like the presidential seal and things like that are pretty obvious.
Biden doesn't have the presidential seal?
No.
When he speaks, there's a presidential seal in front of him.
It's not real.
It's not even dumb. Like, so the woman that was talking,
That's dumb. I'm sorry.
It's very dumb, but she spoke very clearly. She was using her
She put
vocabulary.
her clothes on that day.
Her vocabulary was great.
We have a family member like that.
She had it together, and I
who
was like,
very clearly will say the craziest stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you cabal of baby blood drink. Hollywood, that's us. You're
Yeah.
talking about us.
Yeah, talking about me.
then.
Exactly. Yeah.
Are you?
I had a TV show. I'm in Hollywood.
I just live near it. That's why I included myself.
No, I
I
was talking
said
to
us, and he was
I
like, me. Actually, me. Okay.
No, that's not what I meant.
Okay, Tiger.
No, I was talking to her. I was talking to her. I was talking
you
to
weren't
her.
there. And I was like, yeah, I wasn't going to say gender just to not give it away too
I'm just
much.
saying that why the level of disconnect that you have to have.
Can I advertise something?
That's
Speaking
the best
of
segue.
Hollywood,
Oh my
we,
God.
Mr. Christopher Todd Titus and I, Rachel Elizabeth Bradley Titus, are putting on the Salvation Army Kettle Kickoff fundraiser this year on November 9th. If you're in the LA area or if you just want to fly to the LA area, it's going to be on November 9th. It's going to be at the El Portal Theater right up the street where we filmed each of our last specials.
Yep, zero side effects.
And Mr. Billy Gardell has just agreed to do it.
We got Billy. We're trying to get some other people.
He wants to walk the boards with you.
Yeah.
If you drink baby blood,
let's hear it.
come on out.
How did he say it?
Hey, that'd be great to be on stage and get walking the boards together. That'd be great. Like, what I always go back in time to talk to Billy. We always have a phone call in 1931. I even pick up the phone like this. Hey, Billy, how you doing? Hey, Titus, what's going on? I have an iPhone with a handle on it.
Oh, you do.
And like still,
Actually, you have
it's
to
a
connect
cellular.
Plaza 2579.
but your dialogue comes up as a photo.
Exactly.
Just like text.
Exactly. So, Billy Gardell, Christopher Titus will be walking the boards.
With the amazing Rachel Bradley.
I'll be there, and we have one more person we're trying to get, but it's just going to be 100% to clean up homeless problem that we have here, take care of those people, feed those people, and provide wraparound services for them. And all of that money that we raise at that event goes directly into those wraparound services.
You know, there's been some studies done that if you can get enough funding in certain areas to get homeless people to a center, to start getting some sort of help, some sort of assistance, it starts to clean up the neighborhood. Some of them get focused and it starts to actually really change.
The greatest of these is love.
The greatest of these is love. And guys, let's do our part, man. So go to the Kettle Kickoff. It's going to be fun. It'll be funny. We're doing it in a theater this year.
You know what we should do? We should stream that.
We should. I said this when you went to the meeting. I said,
I
tell
didn't
them,
hear you. Oh,
tell them
did
we
you?
can stream it. Yeah. I said, tell them that because we could put our cameras up. So
By the way, it is called Dress Out. I looked that up.
dress up.
Why? Why
We
do we
never
have to
s-
change words for
We
P? It's
never
another
said
reason I don't
that.
like it. You didn't?
No, we never said that.
This episode brought to you by HelloFresh. So we had a great HelloFresh experience last week.
Mhm.
By
just
we,
showed up
I
by the-
mean
when I
I
left-
made it and he ate it.
when I left, that's how good the experience was. It was phenomenal. The new box just showed up today as I was leaving the house to come to the podcast.
It did?
Yep, I put it inside.
What's in it?
I didn't look. We had to do that together. That's the thing we do together now
Well,
because we've been together so long. That's
did you put
really-
it in the fridge?
No, it's
Okay.
in the, but I didn't open it because it's so well packed with the dry ice that it stays great. I was leaving.
I don't think I picked our recipes this week. I think they picked them. So you can do that. They will pick and you will always be surprised. You'll be like, I don't usually
they've
eat
never
that.
screwed us.
Or I've never made that. And then you end up with this
Yeah.
gourmet
It's
meal.
always good.
HelloFresh never sends you. You never get some horrible. Hey, why is it? This is with olive loaf. This is olive
There's no
loaf.
liver or
Liver.
something.
Yeah. Jinx. If you don't know, HelloFresh is a meal cooking delivery service. Each meal comes in its own bag, QR code, or full color recipe card. Follow
which
the
you can
steps,
keep. The recipe card you can
which
keep.
we do. We
Yep.
have a little stack of them in the pantry. And you just pull out the one bag when you get home from work and you follow the steps. These things I made last week took me less than 10 minutes. It was 4 steps. They were
These are the lettuce leaf tacos.
lettuce. They weren't tacos.
Lettuce
It was,
leaf burgers.
yeah,
It
the
tastes like
lettuce leaf
burgers. Oh.
cheeseburgers, but you crush up the hamburger and put the seasonings and the
But then the onions,
everything that they
crunchy.
give you in there, and then some cheese in the meat. Then
And
you
the-
put that in the lettuce leaf,
and then the crunchy onions.
fried onions,
Oh.
crispy fried onions,
Oh,
cheese,
so good.
and you make an In-N-Out special sauce.
It was the
Literally
sauce.
took me less than 10 minutes. And I knew he was going to freak out about those. He was just like,
I
"What
said-
is this?"
I get done with 2 and I go, did we get the double order? She goes,
Did you get it for 4 or for 2? And I said, well, I got it for 4, but it's like
We'd almost-
3/4 gone.
Yeah.
we were
don't
already
do that.
done. So we had one more next day.
So you spend
good.
less time planning your meals. That's what I love about it. Also, I can't ever decide anymore. I'm busy. I don't have time to think about it. You don't know either. This takes the guesswork out of our week for this. They also now have easy breakfast, quick lunches, and snacks in their HelloFresh market. So you can add those onto your weekly box. You can pause, cancel your box anytime. If we're gone, I'll go on the website, very easy to navigate, and just hit pause on each date that we're not going to be here. And then I'll usually choose my recipes for each week. You get like 40 different recipes to choose from, and you start to know ones you like. That one was a happy surprise. So go to HelloFresh.com/50Titus. Use code 50Titus. You get 50% off plus 15% for the next 2 months. HelloFresh.com/50Titus. Using promo code 50Titus, you get 50% off and an additional 15% off for the next 2 months. America's #1 meal.
Can I say something about our advertising? I know sometimes we advertise a lot of stuff. I want you to know something. We spend so much time picking only good companies because I never want you guys to get something that we advertise that isn't great. Every company we advertise is phenomenal. And we also don't ask for a Patreon on the podcast or any kind of contribution. So just thank you because, and by the way, go to these companies because we use them.
We basically live off these products.
Yeah, it's funny
Like,
because
it's like we really
do.
use them.
we use all of them.
Well, I said that
Even somebody
too.
that stopped advertising, I still use.
Uh-huh.
There's a couple companies that they just, they moved on to a bigger thing. And so, but I still use the product.
I do too. MeUndies.
Yeah.
Great example of that. Oh God, Truff.
Native.
Mhm.
Native every day.
Yeah.
There's so many that
So I just want you to know we're not just doing this because it just keeps the podcast going,
point being, I was sitting outside the other night in an AG1 sweatshirt eating our dinner that was HelloFresh.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of ridiculous.
And you smell nice from your native deodorant.
I did, and
Yeah.
I had CBD gummies. Yeah.
Because bedtime was coming.
I shave every day with
Harry's
Harry's.
razors. Yeah, I
Um,
mean, that's the weird. I have Harry's everything.
Hold on.
I'm just saying that we're not.
In my purse, Harry's holding spray. I mean, it's kind of sad.
I was looking for this at the house today. Cause see how weird it is.
Steer.
Well, it's too late now.
Who's gonna use it now?
It's like-
I'm
No,
about to do a fun
do
fact.
it. Do it.
Now you're spraying.
Harry's.
So one more thing. Okay, let's rehash. Trump's criminal. There was no deep state. Let's rehash that podcast.
Nordstrom in San Francisco downtown is closed down. It's been there 35 years. It's an anchor there, and they've shut down because of that area now.
Because even liberals go too far.
Yep.
The liberals went too far in San Francisco. You've got people always say to me, "You're a libtard." No, I'm an actualist. You can't let people shoplift and walk the fuck out. You just can't. They blew it. San Francisco, like we're the bastion of liberalism. Yeah, and you went too far. You went too far. Well, how about we don't be liberal or conservative? How we just do right is right, wrong is wrong. That's how we handle shit. If you steal, you get arrested. You get your face gets slammed into the plate glass door as you're leaving the store.
Yeah, there should definitely be some sort of control on that. However, San Francisco, it's interesting that San Francisco is the most expensive place to live, if
Yes.
not the first or second.
Yeah, everybody got kicked out. Everybody, people that just normal people got kicked out.
Yeah, and that the shoplifting is increased, and unions are increasing, and inflation is so high that there's got to be a causation between shoplifting going up with like
Higher prices,
way higher prices that
But
people
that's
are
the
just
whole thing.
like, fuck this.
If you let people get away with, but here's the problem. It's
you still need to control. Yeah,
if you let them
can't
get
just
away
let it
with
happen.
shoplifting,
Yeah.
then they have to raise the prices on everything else.
Yeah.
So it's this bizarre circle.
Yeah.
You know what we need to do? We need to do what other countries do. We need to take some of our money. Jon Stewart did a great thing, man. I was watching it on Instagram. He started talking about how taxes work. So we pay taxes to the government. The government's supposed to give us services for that. You don't just pay taxes because you have to, because we get roads and we get fire department and we get, police. Other countries, all other industrialized nations, get health care.
Yep.
They also get mental care facilities for their homeless.
Mm-hmm.
They also get their tax monies for them. Their tax money doesn't go
Mm-hmm.
to, they have all of a military, but they don't have a military that's 3 times as big as any other military on the planet like we do. So it's so funny as you get older and you start researching and you realize that, George Carlin was a prophet. He was our Nostradamus. But everything we've done with the Department of Defense, at one point you have to go, guys, we're good. We just need to keep maintaining what we have. We don't need to keep adding to it.
Mm-hmm.
How about we actually take care of these other problems?
And
Which Biden's doing. CHIPS Act, infrastructure. Yesterday, Biden just lowered a bunch of drug prices.
Capped.
Capped it.
10 different drug prices that predominantly seniors use that can't afford
and
it.
they've already got, and guess what? Merck and Pfizer and a couple other drug companies already filed lawsuits. Like, so how
Christ.
the fuck, how many bills?
Christ.
I just don't.
People can't afford their medication.
It's food or medication.
Yeah, and we're talking mostly about our elderly and veterans, and it's disgusting. But I said this to you the other day. If you are saying do nothing in response to a crisis that is ongoing in this country, you are disqualified from government.
Yes.
We're having shooting after shooting after shooting, and their answer is do nothing.
More guns.
I get you got a lot of arguments, but your answer ultimately, what you've shown us is nothing, because we try to do something and you block it, and then you just shut up and move on. So you're disqualified.
Healthcare, they blocked it. Infrastructure, they blocked it. Then once it passed, claimed it in their districts.
That's amazing.
But we've got hearings going on Hunter Biden, who's not in office, and they're probably going to impeach Biden, even though there's no proof. They still don't have the proof that Joe was involved with Hunter. It's, anyway.
I'm just saying you're right. If your answer to if your job is to fix the problems of the country, and we've elected you to fix the problems, and your answer is what she just said, I'm sorry. It just says how it is.
I get that you
disqualify yourself.
You don't like it.
Yeah.
But welcome to the adult world. Put on your big pants and let's come to the table and find some sort of solution, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be what Democrats say, but there has to be something. There has to be something.
Put on your Chris Christie
I'm telling
pants.
you that veterans who fought for this country can't afford the medication to keep themselves alive,
They could all wear Chris Christie pants.
and you say do nothing.
Gone.
Yeah.
An astrophysicist, this is a fun fact. This is fun. An
And now it's time.
astrophysicist.
Rachel's fun facts. Rachel's fun facts. It's Rachel's fun facts.
It's actually fun.
It's not. It's actually fun.
He, by the way, he just relaxed.
Yeah, no, it's not actually
He's
that
not
fun.
upset.
It's not that fun. But I just wanted to talk about, we've talked about dumb people. Let's talk about an intelligent person. He's an astrophysicist named Avi Loeb. He has been determined to discover whether it was indeed an extraterrestrial artifact that crashed into the Pacific. He is the professor and theoretical astrophysicist at Harvard, and he and a team of scientists are now one step closer to determining that because they have retrieved suspected remnants of a meteor from June. And he said in a media release today that early analysis suggests that those small metallic objects are actually interstellar in origin. Mm-hmm. They're trying to find out if it's artificial or natural.
Well, wait, interstellar origin. So it came from out of.
It is unmatched to any existing alloys in our solar system. There is no alloy comparable.
This whole alien thing. Do you guys get the feeling? Like, did you notice how it's amping up?
Yeah.
Like, do you get the feeling that something where they're about to reveal?
There's a lot more footage. There's a lot more.
A lot of weird.
We found this unobtainium. We've got this.
Exactly. There's like
multi-dimensions.
They're putting videos from the military out.
They're weird metallic spheres.
Oh, spheres too. Awesome.
On the base of the Pacific off of Papua New Guinea.
And a guy going like this.
With a big head.
Right, but you know what we need right now? Part of me, remember I was doing when I did the Zero Side Effects.
Are you going to say Lion Day?
I want the aliens to come back. You know why? And show us some technology where they just vaporize a dude and they go, here's guys, we're really gentle and we're really peaceful. Here's what we can do unless you guys start. And we don't want to enslave you. Just you're going to fix the climate. Mm-hmm. You're going to take care of your people, and that's how it's going to go.
And you're going to, and Ron DeSantis, you need to shut the fuck up.
And they vaporize Zuckerberg and they vaporize.
Bezos.
They asked
Bezos, a couple of.
DeSantis campaign chick today
Oh, they give him a choice. By the way.
if he was pulling out of the presidential run and was going to run for Senate, and she actually jogged in the other direction.
Who said
Full blown. Reporters asked DeSantis campaign head, so I guess there's rumblings of that he may drop out and run for Senate.
By the way, what a loser move, though. Just you just admitted you lost.
Well, what he'll say is, you said it yesterday, but if he's going to run for Senate, he'll say he's interested in continuing to represent the people of Florida because given this catastrophe and other things, he knows that
he's
they
got
need
to. Yeah, this would be the perfect time to do it. But I think aliens. Here's what they do to Zuckerberg. They get Elon Musk, Zuckerberg, and Bezos, and they go, listen, we can destroy everything if we want to. We're not going to. We will hold you accountable. You guys can keep $2 billion apiece. It's more than enough for the rest of your life. The rest of it, you can distribute to people. We can actually fix the country. The government, you can stop building weapons. You don't need to. We got you. There's not going to be a war started. We're watching now. So you no longer have to use your resources for weapons. And then Lockheed would come up with Lockheed would be like, we got to kill these guys.
What benefit is that for the aliens? Why do they need us?
Well, so I always assume that the aliens are
woke,
benevolent.
These aliens are so woke,
very, very woke, very benevolent, and that they're just like we've been around for another 1 billion years than you have, and we know what you're doing doesn't work. You are an experiment. How do you think it goes monkey and then human, and
we're slightly less monkey.
Where are all those guys? Where are all the slightly less monkey guys?
Dead.
Dead.
Ugga.
Ugga. So it would be cool to me that like the aliens just sit there and they go, you can have 2 billion, you can have 2 billion, the right, and you can help, you can do what you want with it to help society, or.
Pretty sure this is the plot of 2001 Space Odyssey.
I was going to say, I think this has been done.
I just think, look, we can't fix it. We're letting go. I wish we had some intervention at this point. I wish someone would come in and go, yeah,
please, aliens, don't listen to him. This is not an appeal by the Titus Podcast for you to intervene or interprobe.
Yes, it is. No, I don't want to
probe him.
And here's the coordinates for Donald Trump.
I do need to get checked out. I need
yes,
to go to
yeah, you do.
But I wouldn't mind an alien coloscopy. I'd be like,
coloscopy?
Colonoscopy? Colonoscopy? Is that what they call it? A calamari?
Calamari?
I got a calamari.
No, that's Trump's bodyguard.
Wild caught polyps.
Oh my God. We have to go now.
And on that amazing note, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Please go to ChristopherTitus.com. Where are we going to be in the next couple weeks? We're going to be
Columbus.
That
and
whole
then
weekend.
Coming up after that, we have Knoxville, Bijou Theater, and then Louisville, Baumhard Theater, and then Lexington, Comedy Off Broadway, one show each of those nights. 2 days later, we're going to be in Lafayette. I lived in Louisiana, but my dad lives in Lafayette, Georgia. In Louisiana, it's Lafayette.
Yep.
We're going to be in New Orleans first, Lafayette on Thursday, and then Dallas, Texas Theater on Friday at the end of the month, and then Houston Zilka Hall on September 30th. That'll be our birthday weekend show. Come to those shows.
Guys, come to those shows. This new show is killing it. And I have to say something. We worked in Missouri. It's a fine club. It's fine. It's great. And I watched this girl handle every kind of audience. You've just become. It's not my tour. It's Titus and Rachel tour. You're so fucking good now. It's crazy to watch. I sit in the back of the room and you hear me laughing all the time, right? Because you pull stuff off. She's doing stuff with the audience. Like she starts. To the point where I got annoyed the last show because it was the second show and she kept doing it. I'm like, you're digging a hole for me. Now they're going to want to talk to me.
You're welcome.
Get that crowd. Somebody film that crowd work. Let's show that. Let's put it up.
Let's be more part of the problem when it comes to stand
Yeah,
up.
no, I don't want people coming thinking that they can yell out at me.
Guys,
I had to deal with this.
Go to ChristopherTitus.com. By the way, on the road, we're taking these really cool tour posters based on a piece of art she had made for me for my birthday last year. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. For myself, the lovely Bomb Show, Ray in the High Under. Later.
Peace out.
There can be only one.